Hi, this is Hillary Smith. I'm here at RailCats Stadium, the U.S. Steel Yard, with Michelle Pickering, the head groundskeeper for the RailCats. And we're here to talk about the one thing that everybody's talking about this week in high school baseball, which is the weather. We've washed out an entire week of games. The good news is that we've got a few teams from Gary playing here today because the U.S. Steel Yard is a little bit different than the typical high school field. So, Michelle, what are the differences? What do you guys have technology-wise that the typical high school field doesn't have that can allow these two games to be played today and 3 tomorrow?
A couple of different things, to be honest. One big thing is we do have a drainage system. We have drain lines about every 15 feet throughout the field. You can see there's different drain lines underneath. And then we also are a sand-based field, where a lot of high school fields are natural-based soils, and it just doesn't allow it to drain as fast. So between the sand and the ability for the water to drain, and then the drain line itself, that's the big key. On top of that, we have 3 huge pumps. So, without those working, we'd be underwater just like everybody else around here. So it's a big thing to have all 3 of those combined.
What kind of work did you have to do today to get this field ready through the snow? As the temperature drops, a difference of about 30 degrees overnight. What kind of work did you have to do today to get this field ready?
I got to thank my staff on that one and everybody that helped pull tarp. The tarp's been on the field for the last 2 days through the rain, and we finally pulled it off this morning. But big thanks to them. The tarp's a big thing. That helps keep it warm also, so it helps kind of not let the ground freeze, which is a big thing with the snow. It's been snowing here all day, so it's just kind of trying to keep things warm. I had a heater on home plate this morning, so it's a couple different things that we can do that high schools might not necessarily be able to do.
A week like what we've had with the amount of rain, when we have, in some areas of Chicagoland, we get 5 inches of rain overnight, Wednesday night into Thursday, plus more rain yesterday, the snow today. Is that good or bad for this field? Does it need the water? Does it, because it looks very lush and green out there. Is the water really good for it, or is it really, really bad?
I asked for water for the last week. Do I need 5-6 inches? No, probably not. But, we need more water than most stadiums because we do have the sand-based and the drainage system. So, we can handle the 3-4 inches of water. And to be honest, it's good for it. It helps get the whole soil, wet. And it's good for our grass. Greened up pretty good here this past couple days. And, we're excited.
A typical high school field that isn't sand-based, that amount of water, what will that do to it?
At some point, a field kind of reaches its capacity, and it'll start to flood just like your front yard, just like anything else. So something that's not sand-based and doesn't allow it to drain, it'll reach that capacity, a lot faster than what we would. Even once, we had puddles on it this morning, but once it kind of stopped raining, it allowed it to go through a lot faster. Where high schools still have the standing water, we've got nothing. So it's a good little thing to have sand-based.
How many days of no rain do we need if you don't have a field like this one? How many days of no rain do we need to be able to play a game? If we're looking this weekend that, it might be really nice tomorrow, nice being relative, somewhere in the 50s, but it might be really nice tomorrow, nice on Sunday. Would that prepare a field for Monday, or, does it need more than a couple of days?
One big thing is weather. It all depends. If it's cloudy and this like this, you need a couple days. But thankfully, we've had the wind, and hopefully tomorrow some sun, and that'll help out the local fields, and they should be good to go by tomorrow night, hopefully. So.
Speaking of, watching the weather, are there weather websites that you typically keep an eye on? Do you watch weather.com? Do you watch Weather Underground? Do you watch, the National Weather Service? What do you watch to see what's going on and what to prepare for?
When I'm at home, first thing on my TV in the morning is the Weather Channel. Last thing at night is the Weather Channel. I get to work, I pull up about 3 or 4 different websites. It's weather.com, it's Wonderground. Weather Century is a new one that we're using this year, and hopefully between all 3 of those, they give me somewhat of an accurate reading.
Well, thank you very much for your time today, and we hope that helps clear up exactly why we haven't played any games out here or out at any high school baseball fields over the course of the last week. It's not just the rain happening right now, but it's what happens in the next few days. So thanks so much for NWI.com. This is Hillary Smith with Michelle Pickering at U.S. Steel Yard.